at the most recent DEF CON, your researchers highlighted some issues like pass keys and intercepted. I wonder if you could take me through some of those live bypass sort of flaws and issues you found. I mean, one of the things that we know is that because of the way tech stacks are built over time, and if it's working, again, there's only so much money to spend to bring things along, that you wind up with legacy technology and vulnerabilities exist, and you even wind up in situations where perhaps tech support goes away for some level of technology. I mean, how bad are I think they sent you the line in our prep for this. Don't sugarcoat it. So talk to me about this tech tax in context of what you just touched on.
Yeah. So Martin, unfortunately, it's quite bad simply because browser vendors have a vested reason to make sure that you're spending more time in their browser. So I'll give you an example. We discovered an attack called browser syncjacking. And it's a very, very simple yet powerful attack. So anytime you're on the Chrome browser and you log into your personal Gmail, you'll actually see Chrome will pop up something which says, do you want to log in to the browser with this account? And the moment you click on that, all your username, passwords, all your private data gets actually synced to Google. And so that any time that you're opening up, another new browser and logging into that browser with the account, it can sync everything. Now, of course, Google wants to do this because, it makes you a very captive Google user. So the attack we discovered is we found a vulnerability in the syncing protocol where an attacker could actually go ahead and fool you to log into his Google workspace, take control of your browser, and because of the way Google syncing protocol works, he has access to all your passwords almost immediately that you saved into the browser. And this does not require a browser vulnerability.
So talk to me about the scale. The analogy you just used, I think, is straightforward and people understand it. But it sounds like there's one person doing one thing. How many times a day could someone do this? Or with the aid of tech or AI, how many attacks like this do you see on, how does an attack unfold? Is it random, like very quickly? I know that we see things like lots of attacks when the Lunar New Year is approaching, or holidays are going on, or things happen over the weekends or at night because we're not paying as much attention. And I guess I'm curious, what can you tell me about the sort of how that all manifests itself in the way these attacks unfold, and the pace? Is it relentless? I mean, how many people does it require to do this effectively to make money if you're a criminal?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question, right? So Martin, kind of going back, the attacker only has to win once. He can try 1,000 times, while a defender has to win every single time, right? So game theory wise, anyway, everything is stacked against the defender. Now, what has happened is, I would say even going back a year and a half, attackers had to be at least semi-skilled to figure out when a new attack like syncjacking comes, figure out how to put the tools and the infrastructure together, and then start to target people. Now, with AI coming in at this point in time where writing code has become commoditized, what attackers are doing is they are able to put together attack kits literally in a matter of hours and automate pretty much everything, similar to how, enterprises and developers are talking about AI, agentic automation, and all of that stuff. So people forget that this whole AI code revolution to begin with is actually giving a force multiplier to attackers similar to developers at this point. Now, because you're sitting in the browser and an average person is surfing, 50% of the sites, if you think about it, if you look at your history, are new sites that you're discovering when you're on LinkedIn, other social media, news articles that you're reading. So because of that, the attack surface out there is quite a bit. Also, you go ahead and at this point in time, most people feel comfortable clicking on links you receive in a DM on LinkedIn. And many of those are starting points. So an average enterprise where we are deploying SquareX's browser detection response, we see even, and just to give you some ballpark numbers, 1,000-person company, on an average, a user is probably getting seriously attacked. And what I mean by that is something very targeted, at least 50 to 60 times a month,